derivation for critical disruptive voltage of a single phase line. Okay. Generally, single phase lines, these are not high voltage lines. For the distribution purpose, mainly they are used, right? And the voltage levels are very less than 11 kV or so. But directly moving on to the three-phase line, we start with a point charge like we did in the first unit, and it is easier to realize how the basic equations they emerge into advanced equations which can be applied to higher configuration of transmission circuit. Okay, so single phase line. We can check the single phase line has been represented. The diameter of the individual phase conductor is twice r. Okay. Then separation between line and neutral conductor, okay, or phase and neutral conductor is indicated as D. Okay, so electric field for single phase line, this can be expressed in the standard form as V by 2 times R ln D by R. You can see numerator is the distance from the other phase, and denominator is the distance of a point on the surface of one of the conductor from its own center. Okay, so this is a radial distance, right? And then numerator distance is from the other phase. So this is a way how we evaluate the electric field for line charges. And since these belong to the single phase line, consequently, this is a standard equation to start with. But then this equation will become a specific equation for critical disruptive value as soon as we substitute E as equal to delta times of E0. As we substitute E as equal to delta times of E0. So electric field on the surface of the conductor, if it exceeds the breakdown strength of air, E0, and for given atmospheric condition, this is for 25 degrees Celsius and 76 centimeters of Hg. But if atmospheric conditions are something different than that, so delta is multiplied. So we are substituting the breakdown strength of air at present atmospheric condition if the air surrounding the conductor is ionized completely. Okay, it has overcome the barrier of E0. Then whatever the voltage at which it occurs, that voltage is called as critical disruptive voltage. So that is twice R delta E0 ln D by R kV RMS value, because we substitute E0 as RMS value. Okay, so this is not exactly a derivation, since we did some bit of exercise, we study at a secondary level, and we are just directly applying this here, substituting the condition E is equal to delta E0. Now you already know what is delta, what is E0. So no need to explain again and again. Okay, this is the equation derivation for critical disruptive voltage for single phase line, right? Now we move ahead further and arrive at the most important aspect, that is critical disruptive voltage for three-phase lines. This is for practical importance. Critical disruptive voltage for three-phase line. This is mostly experienced as far as the transmission is concerned. Transmission is never done at single phase. But to understand the equations, we are applying to all configurations: single conductor, then single phase pair of conductors. Okay, then three phase. Now, three phase conductors, you can focus your attention here that there are three phases: phase A, phase B, phase C, or you may consider phase R, phase Y, phase B, phase D. Okay, and the distances between the phases on the transmission tower, the mutual distances, they are indicated as, let us say, distance between phase A and phase B as DAB, distance between phase C and phase A, DCA, and so on, right? And again, the radius of each of these conductors is considered to be uniform as equal to small r. So electric field can be evaluated again by the standard form V by R ln D equivalent upon R. Okay, so this again frequently used as far as the conductors for three-phase lines are concerned. E is equal to V upon R ln D equivalent upon R. Please remember this D equivalent is the equivalent spacing between the various phase conductors. Okay, if these distances are not equal, right? If these distances are not equal, then we have to evaluate what is D equivalent. If they are equal, then naturally D equivalent is actually any one of the three. If this is an equilateral triangle, then D equivalent will be either DAB or DCA or DBC. Okay. So natural log of D equivalent upon R. So this represents electric field on the surface of any one of these conductors. Let us say I want to calculate electric stress on the surface of conductor B. What it will be? It will be voltage V upon R ln D equivalent upon R. We want to arrive at what voltage will the air be completely ionized surrounding the conductor. So that we express again E is equal to delta E0. This is a standard value. This is the atmospheric air density correction factor. Okay. So as soon as we substitute delta E0 in this equation, that means air has broken down. Ionization has taken place. Corona occurs. So corresponding voltage at which corona occurs, as obtained from the electric stress, is R delta E0 ln D equivalent upon R, right? kV RMS, and it is per phase. kV RMS per phase value. So each of the phases, what will be the critical destructive voltage? Please remember that D equivalent can be calculated as, right, DAB into DBC into DCA. These distances may not be same. If they are same, then no problem. D equivalent will be any one of the distance. If they are different, then this product raised to the power 1 by 3. Okay, raised to the power 1 by 3. So this is root we are taking of the order of 3. So this is the D equivalent. You have to remember this equation. This will be used for solving the problem related to critical disruptive voltages at a later stage. Okay. Naturally, we have to arrive at some more equations. That's why we are not taking question right now. So example we'll take. This is very simple examples are asked frequently in the university examination. Okay. Let us proceed further. I hope you have understood these equations and they are not very difficult. R delta E0 and then natural log of D equivalent upon R. And this is how the configuration of three-phase conductor is. Please remember that when we were working with the Mangold formula for calculating electric stress on central and outer phases, there the three conductors were in the horizontal configuration. This is not a horizontal configuration. On the transmission towers, many times configuration can be either horizontal, okay, or it can be maybe in this particular format, okay, for equilateral spacing, okay. So these are the two derivations related to single phase conductor and then three phase lines. Let us move ahead further and come across some additional set of parameters associated with the calculation of critical disruptive voltage. The first such parameters you can check with the heading is the roughness factor or surface factor. Okay. Now, what is the roughness factor and what is the surface factor? What is surface factor? You would realize that actually we have shown the diagrams in the earlier slide. Okay, let me just revisit that earlier slide, isn't it? Here we are showing the conductors to be single conductor. Single phase conductor is there. So let us say phase A, single conductor, phase B, single conductor. That means we are showing this to be only one conductor having certain dimensions. And it seems the conductor is extremely smooth. And so, but in the practical situation, if you remember, generally the conductors are not single conductor. Rather, These are stranded conductors. There are several small conductor strands within a conductor, isn't it? And that adds to the roughness of the individual conductor bundles. Okay, so this particular phase, this will have several strands, several number of smaller strands of conductor, because it is not possible to have one thick conductor. It is not malleable, not ductile, and so also the current density is not uniform through a larger cross section of conductor, and mechanical strength, ductility of single conductor is not good enough to handle. Okay, consequently, such conductors are found with several strands. It has several advantages. It offers strength. Okay, it offers reliability. Okay, it offers flexibility to the conductors. So consequently, what happens is that such conductors are practically they are not used. So what changes have to be taken in the equation? Can we apply the same equation if this conductor is not a single conductor? So the answer is that we cannot apply the same equation as it is for this. Okay, because when there are number of strands, then what will happen is that due to the number of strands, there will be surface roughness present on the conductor. There will be surface roughness. Okay, and that roughness will affect the critical disruptive voltage. Critical disruptive voltage is a very sensitive, or the corona formation voltage is very sensitive to the roughness of the conductor surface. Okay, even if it is a small dust particle or small deformity in the conductor surface is there, so that deformity will get exaggerated in the form of reduction in the critical disruptive voltage. Okay, so that deformity has to be taken into account. It may be very, very small in comparison to our visible to our eyes. If we look at the line conductors, we almost see that it is there, even though they are strands, but they look to be very smooth, and the finished conductor looks almost like a circular cross section. Okay, but that is not the case. As an engineer, you have to have a fine tuning of critical disruptive voltage. At what voltage will the corona occur? So that is checked by considering roughness of this conductor. Now, roughness can be attributed to several different factors. One factor is what I told you, that this is not a single conductor, rather some small strands, several strands, they form together one conductor. Okay, so that is one of the strands. Stranding is one of the reasons. Okay, then second, there may be you may consider that there may be roughness on the surface of the conductor when the conductor is manufactured and it is brought out. Okay, in the process of cutting or shearing, there may be some sort of roughness on the surface of the conductor. Similarly, there may be accumulation of dust. Okay, dirt, dust, right, or maybe formation of snow on the surface of the conductor. It all depends upon the weather condition where the conductors are installed. So will it not affect the critical disruptive voltage? Okay, so it will definitely affect. We already see that critical disruptive voltage is affected by the atmospheric conditions, but it takes care only of temperature and pressure, right? But the radius, you can see here, this is the R. This will not remain to be equal to R when there is some roughness. Okay, when there is some roughness. So what will happen? What will happen that if the R gets reduced, okay, due to roughness on the surface of the conductor, okay. So of course that roughness may be in the form of maybe some small particle, like here I am showing here, maybe in the form of a small particle. So you can observe that actually when situation is like this, so at the tip of this particle, the radius of the apparent radius at the tip of this arrow will be very, very small. Consequently, that small r will be substituted here for that point, and then there are many such points, right? But we are worried about what is the minimum voltage at which the corona will begin or the ionization will start. So you can imagine that if there is a dust particle attached on the surface of the conductor, it will have some sharp edges, okay, some roughness is there, and at the tip of the roughness, this value of radius is very, very small. You can imagine that if there is a dirt particle or maybe roughness, some deformity is there on the conductor surface, right? So the radius of that you can compare to very small, maybe some pin or somewhat radius, right? Very, very small, negligible. It is almost like a point. So consequently, critical disruptive voltage will be very small. Here, the electric stresses will be very large. Electric stress is inversely proportional to the radius or a distance from the point where you want to measure electric field. E is equal to Q upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R square. If R is very small, E is very, very large. Consequently, electric stress is large. So what will happen is that voltage, a small voltage itself will be sufficient to trigger ionization. That is what the idea we would like to consider as far as the roughness is concerned. Okay, let us go to the roughness factor or surface factor as defined here. That if a conductor or conductors are rough and dirty, this is possible with either due to weather condition or due to manufacturing or due to stranding of conductors. So there is a surface roughness. There may be a dirty weather. There may be sand or some situation, maybe snow accumulation, okay, or moisture causing dirt to remain on the conductor surface, okay. Then it is observed that the critical disruptive voltage reduces in such a case, right? If they are rough and dirty, then critical disruptive voltage will get reduced. That is what I was telling. And in other words, the ionization will start at lower value of voltage. So if you use that above equation without taking into account these conditions, then naturally the result obtained will not be accurate, because ionization has started much earlier than what you are calculating from that equation. So in such a case, what is to be done? We have to account for the roughness factor, that is called as M0, introduced with respect to the equation. Okay, so the equation gets modified as indicated here. Critical disruptive voltage for three-phase line. Now we are mainly worried about the three-phase only, the transmission network. Okay, so you can see R delta E0. So these terms were there already. R delta E0. So slightly they are rearranged. Okay. R delta E0 ln D equivalent upon R. This is the original critical disruptive voltage that equation we have seen just 5 minutes before. Okay. But we are now accounting for roughness. So how to account for roughness? A factor is introduced that is called a roughness factor or surface factor known as M0. It is represented as M0, right? So what values to substitute for M0 in order to account for the roughness? M0 will be equal to 1 if the conductor is smooth or polished conductor. There is no deformity, no dust, no dirt, no roughness in a single polished smooth conductor, which is considered for reference in the diagrams earlier. Okay, in that case, M0 value will be equal to 1. And if I substitute this here as 1, consequently, critical disruptive voltage equation will be same as seen in the earlier slide. M0 equal to 1 because it is considered to be single, smooth, no roughness, right? But that is not the case. In practically, the conductors are always rough and weathered. They keep working throughout through the years, right? And the electric stresses are acting on them. Fine. The heating and cooling and the weather cycle, maybe in the winter temperature is very low, 10-12 degrees Celsius. During summer it reaches 45-50 degrees Celsius. So over a period of time, due to aging and due to weather conditions, a bit of variation, reduction in critical disruptive voltage has been observed due to rough or weathered conductor, and it lies in the range of 0.93 to 0.98. So naturally, when I substitute M0 to be 0.93 to 0.98, that means critical disruptive voltage will be reduced from 100% to 93 to 98%. Okay, so 93 to 98% is for the rough conductor. If in an example you are specified that the conductor is a rough conductor, naturally you have to select one particular value in this range. So generally 0.95 is chosen as a standard for indicating a rough or weathered conductor. Okay. Now next is for stranded conductors. For stranded conductors, as I told you, conductors are not a single conductor. Rather, there are formation of strands. Okay, there may be 4, 6, 8, 10 strands conductors. Right. For lesser number of strands, the value of critical disruptive voltage. Lesser strand means highly non-uniform surface of the conductor. Okay, if the conductor is formed which is having lesser number of strands, let us say instead of a single polished conductor you have 3 strands. So the 3 strands they will be forming one particular phase, highly non-uniform. So the reduction in critical disruptive voltage is of the order of 83% to 87%. So M0 will be 0.83 to 0.87. On the other hand, if you have large number of strands, maybe 10, 12, 15 strands within the same phase of conductor. In that case, the reduction in critical disruptive voltage is not as high as 83 to 87%. The reduction is only up to the 90% value. So roughness factor is taken into account by something what is represented as M0, right? This is the roughness factor or the surface factor. And what is the impact of roughness factor? Critical disruptive voltage will get reduced due to the roughness. That means corona will start occurring at lesser value of voltage, maybe somewhere like 85% or 90% of the actual value for a smooth conductor. That is what the idea. Okay, I hope that this particular aspect is clear to you, that critical disruptive voltage is a function of roughness as well. Okay, so we realize that actually a variety of parameters are now coming into picture. We generally do not take them into account while we make the usual calculation, power calculations, voltage calculation, current, power factor. Okay, we never take into account the atmospheric conditions, right? So also we don't take into account the roughness of the conductors in making those calculations. But when we go into final details of evaluating electric stress, all these will matter. Roughness of the conductor, right? So that is what the idea. We move on further to define the one more phenomena that is called as a space charge, right? As the corona phenomena takes place or ionization of air takes place within the conductors, right? It is observed that the charges that are surrounding the conductors, you can see that several charges are present. Free electrons, okay, electrons as they are set into velocity, they are in vibration. So they will dislodge electrons from the neutral air molecule, rendering positive ions to remain in the air. So positive ions are present and so also electrons are present. So during the negative half cycle, the ions will be attracted towards the phase conductor, and during the positive half cycle, the electrons will be attracted towards the conductor, right? And ions will be repelled. Okay. So when we are talking about this, that is negative half cycle, ions getting attracted, electrons getting repelled. Positive half cycle, electrons getting attracted and ions getting repelled. What happens is that when this process continues, right, there is a cloud of charges formed surrounding the conductor. There is a cloud of charges that is getting formed in the conductor. Okay, so cloud of charges that is getting formed. And see why cloud is getting formed? It is because when the charge reverses on the conductor, what will happen is that charge as they get attracted and then further repelled, So when they are attracted and repelled, what happens is that not all the charges will be set into motion because of their distances with respect to the charge conductor. So some of the charges will simply stand or form a sort of a cloud surrounding this charge conductor, right? It will form a charge cloud surrounding the conductor. Of course, it is not visible to the bare eyes, right? But there is a space charge form. So that space charge, it has a tendency to affect the radius of the conductor as well. That space charge has a tendency to affect the effective radius of the conductor. So that is visible through this particular third diagram. Here you can see that if the space charges are present surrounding, okay, so due to alternating current, continuously the charges are set into motion. They are attracted, they are repelled, but some of them, they are not always pulled back to the conductor. Some of them will simply form a cloud. Okay, so that is what is explained here, and that in turn will lead to an effective increase in the radius of the conductor. You can see here the actual radius of the conductor has been indicated, okay, by value r, and maybe the actual increase in the radius will be r plus some r dash value r0. Okay, so that is called as due to the equivalent corona envelope. The space charge that is formed surrounding the conductor, that is called as a equivalent corona envelope. So same thing is explained here in the paragraph. It is observed that there is an increase in the effective radius of the line conductors, and it is mainly due to the formation of space charge region surrounding it. During negative half cycle, the electrons are repelled, while during positive half cycle, the electrons are attracted. And due to collision and recombination, a space charge is formed on account of the hysteresis effect. So see, hysteresis effect, that is what I am telling, that not all the cloud charges will be pulled back and forth. Some of them will stay back. Some of them will recombine. So that is causing the hysteresis effect. कुछ जो है म्यूचुअली कंबाइन होंगे, वहां प्रेजेंट रहेंगे, फिर कोलाइड होंगे, फिर डिसलॉज होंगे. So hysteresis, not all of them will come back. So they just keep form a cloud here. Okay. So we have to take into account several theories have been proposed for this effective increase in the radius. Naturally, when the radius changes, the critical disruptive voltage has to change. So this is taken into account by adding something what is called as the energy distance. Okay, by adding some, like we are talking about the increase in the effective radius of the line conductors. Please remember that due to the formation of space charge, the capacitance of transmission line will be increased. Capacitance depends upon the dimensions of the conductor actually, and the permittivity of the medium surrounding the conductor. With increase in the radius, the capacitance of transmission line will increase, and the overall effect is in the form of increased radius given by a factor. More charges are present, so capacitance increases. That's why effective radius increases, and that increase in the radius of the conductor is taken into account in the form of an equation 1 plus 0.301 upon under root r delta. Okay, please understand here that again the increase in the radius is due to free electrons present in the air and presence of free electrons and the hysteresis effect of those electrons and positive charges, okay, and their recombination. It depends again upon the atmospheric condition, that is delta, right? So increase in the effective radius will again account for a factor delta 1 plus 0.301 upon under root r delta, right? If this value, the atmospheric conditions are standard, so delta is equal to 1, in that case the equation will become 1 plus 0.301 upon under root of r delta. r delta. So delta 1, so under root of r. So this particular factor, this is known as the energy distance. This is known as the energy distance. Here it is mentioned very clearly. So generally, if you consider the objective type of questions, generally if somebody would like to ask in objective questions, maybe what is the energy distance? So a lot of times we just search for the topic headings and we don't find what is energy distance. Okay, but it's very, very important. It affects the critical disruptive voltage. So energy distance, it depends upon the uh, increase in the radius. Okay, energy distance is basically increase in the radius due to increase in capacitance, and increase in capacitance is due to the increase in space charge. So this way you have to correlate the concepts. तो जनरली अगर मुझे क्वेश्चन पूछना है किसी ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप एग्जामिनेशन में, तो मैं इस तरह से जो थोड़े से कंसेप्चुअल क्वेश्चन है कि भाई उसको हम पूछेंगे कि भाई व्हाट इज एनर्जी डिस्टेंस, और मे बी हाउ व्हाट इज इक्वेशन फॉर एनर्जी डिस्टेंस. So naturally there will be several options will be given for the energy distance equation, and the correct option you have to choose. So it will be 1 plus 0.301 upon under root r delta. Or maybe the question can be like the energy distance leads to, okay, increase in the overall radius, decrease in the overall radius, no change, okay, or it has nothing to do with the radius of the transmission line. So this kind of questions might be asked, and it is possible for you to answer only and only if you are attending the classes regularly and you are paying attention. I will also try to incorporate this kind of inputs to you so that you can prepare well. Okay, so this kind of multiple choice question might be asked related to energy distance. Okay, similarly related to surface factor. Surface factor of 0.85. It is applicable for which type of situation, whether standard conductor or rough conductor or for smooth conductor, that you have to understand. Okay. Now next we are going to define visual critical disruptive voltage. Note that it is represented as V suffix V, visual critical disruptive voltage. Okay. Now, visual critical disruptive voltage is provided by a scientist named as Peake. So according to the Peake's formula, the visual critical disruptive voltage for three-phase line taking into account the space charge, right? So space charge को include करके, मतलब ये जो factor है इसको Peake, it is actually provided by scientist. Okay, so that's why he incorporated this particular factor in the equation for calculation of visual critical disruptive voltage, and that's why the corona, which is visual in nature, that is either localized or general, the inception of visual corona will take into account the space charge, intensified ionization, several charges present surrounding the conductor. So the equation for visual critical disruptive voltage is indicated here as, again, everything remaining same, V R delta E0 ln D equivalent upon R. So two factors are introduced here. One is a conductor surface irregularity factor. Okay. Now when we are talking with respect to visual critical voltage, we represent it as MV rather than M0, because we are not calculating simple corona inception voltage. We are calculating visual corona inception voltage, VV. So when we calculate VV, we substitute a factor known as irregularity factor, represented as MV. And so also we introduce the space charge factor, that is the energy distance, 1 plus 0.301 upon under root R delta, where R should be in centimeters. Everywhere here the R should be in centimeters. Okay, and E0 should be in kV per centimeter. So kV per centimeter into centimeter, what results in kV result. Okay, so please note here two factors are introduced. Fine. One, you can see it is MV, corresponding to calculation of visual critical voltage. It's a irregularity factor. And then second is the space charge element. These two factors are getting introduced compared to the earlier equation. Right. Now, please observe that the value of MV will be equal to 1 again if the conductor is smooth or polished conductor. So this is the ideal scenario. The ideal scenario. Conductor cannot be smooth. Naturally, if conductor is not smooth, so this will lead to reduction in the voltage at which visual critical disruptive voltage occurs. So how much is the reduction? This is again 93 to 98% or 0.93 to 0.98 per unit for rough or weather conductors. Okay, but if we are calculating visual critical disruptive voltage for local corona, okay, local means some spots glowing on the surface of the conductor, localized corona, then the visual critical voltage while calculating we substitute MV. Okay, so when the visual local corona occurs, right, it is observed that the critical disruptive voltage declines to as low as 72% of the value, because the air surrounding the conductor has surpassed the audible level, it has reached the visual level, right, and consequently at visual critical voltage for a local corona, the factor MV that is to be substituted is 0.72. Okay, and whenever we are calculating it for the general corona, the factor that is used for the purpose of calculation is 0.8. So you have to remember the value of MV, it will be substituted as 0.72 for local corona and then 0.8 for the general corona. So this is generally the practice for solving the examples and as it is experimented and observed as well. Okay. Let us now move ahead further. So visual disruptive, critical disruptive voltage. We are going to consider the examples based on these different parameters for three-phase line, right? And for different operating conditions as well. Okay. So we'll just stop here.